it's not going to be made right away. Here we go right now. We have a low of 607.78. That's not much. We talked about what a runaway gap is. It's a 12.20 on that $600 call. I'm going to bid 12. I'm going to take the close at 12.80, and I'm going to bid a contract right now at exactly 12.20. They made one print on the opening bell at 11.80 drop down bid. That's not going to be the real entry and exit. We've only been open less than a minute. However, we talked about how Google would make that runaway gap, and that bottom from that close would be narrow as it is. So I'm going to raise my bid here to $12.50 on this one call right here. As I watch that opening bell, I repeat, 600, okay? But that's on one, and it's subject to change. Remember, you've only been open a single 1 minute price print. The thing that we're looking at is how we didn't break that low, MMTs. And so remember, 12.80 was a close. We could scale in. I mean, we're not retail to what this opening gap is doing, but we certainly only got 55,000 shares in that 1 minute print. That's what we have in the volume print. And we got a bid over here at 12.5. And that would mean that 610 is a high. As we pull back, how do we pull back in here? On the other hand, I'm watching the 610 put. It made a high of 8 and a low. It's got 40 cents. The close was 8.60. So the put is $1 below the close. That means that this call side is strong for right now. And we're going to watch. It's only up 86 cents. And that 12.80 is a close. And they made a high of 13.50 based on this 65,000 share count at 13.20 by 13. So as you get up, you can see that they're giving it premium. So you're going to have to raise your bid now to 12.9 and on one contract. Cancel all, 12.9. Cancel all, limit in, 12.9. Now, but watch, we're breaking higher. So the thing about it is time to sell that put that you have because we're going to go up there. So let's take a look at the 520 put that we bought for protection. And where is that at? It's time to sell it. We paid $260. It's time to sell it. Because when we break through that 612, we're going to go a lot higher. So limit that order out now. We can take off the protection as Google sets up. When we break through that area of 612 and a half, we got to 611.53, and each time we pulled back in that 3 minute bar, and you can see the volume is 116,000. It increased. And you can see that you need to come out of the Google 520 put on December. We don't need that contract as discussed in pre-market that Google didn't have any headline event. So give me your limits out. All right. The reason why I'm saying we don't need it right now, and we got wholesale on it. So that was this. We needed it for the markdown. Since the markdown's not going to be there, and we know that we can go to 620, everybody just keep the orders out there, and we will exactly got the high end. There's that 612 on the opening bell here and now. Mike, this is your first opening bell. Is he here? Well, I see an MIK. Who is that? All right. Well, we just made another high. I'm sorry to inform you. Who's out? There's 612.74. This is what I'm talking about in pre-market, that close, we held that low. There's no European stuff involved, and we're making the higher highs. So take a look and see where your 650 calls are. And this is why I had you come out of the put option. Because when we work our way up there, we got that call option. We got quite a few of them. Here's one of them that we do have. We have that 650. I'm sorry, sir. I'm live on video. Here we go right now. We bought some of these 650s for 12.17. They don't move a lot because they're up and out of the money. And that means that the Google name has to go a lot higher. And we put 1589. We're pulling back. The put options over here on the 610 hit a low of 620. Right here, right now, in 6 minutes of the opening bell. And that we would be looking at where would they steal the premium on this? And where would I get involved in this again, based on the fact of where the name goes higher? And if over time, 612.89 was a key area and we pulled back $2 and we're pulling back here. And I gave the live limit orders. There's the pullback and there's the put side. And we're exactly 6 minutes into the opening bell. 7 minutes counting. Right now, the high 1589. This is your 600. 1390 is the bid. And we pulled our bids back. So we know that within that short time frame, we went from 608.35 all the way to 612.89. But every time we pull back, the stock will remain extremely strong, fast, and vibrant, and make higher highs. Pull your bids up here to 1320 now. Cancel any prior bid. Limit in 1119, 600, 1320 for now. That's going to be a premium to the close. Close was 1280. That is the higher high structure within the opening bell. We will find out exactly where the put sides, 605 and 610. We're going to be watching that. The high was $8, the low was $6.20. The close was $8.60. They're printing $6.70. Don't take your eyes off of it, because if this goes up in value, then we'll buy the pullback over here. All right? And the focuses that we're going to be watching is on this name, moving through this 5-day period, 11/14/2011. Price line made a new high, I'm hearing from an MMT. This is a 7-minute price action opening bell. How do we get to my 620 area? How do you get to 615 and work your way up? How do you take the 204,000 shares? Understanding the opening volume print has a lot to do with how these options move. What they did on the open, they inflated the call very quickly. And now the call is truly going to find its true values. Here on the 605 call, it will find a value. It's got a premium, $9.50. So you're $1.20 up. So as we look at how we consolidate, we'll move through the day now, figuring out where we can pick and choose our entries after 9 minutes of the opening bell on the monster powerhouse, Google.